Hey guys, Tony from availrentals.com. Just doing a tenant turnover. We just finished the move out walkthrough, and so tomorrow at noon I'll do a move in with the new tenants here. And just wanted to show you a quick way of cleaning the walls and baseboards, which is, probably 30% of what you need to do. And point out an issue. These tenants did their best job here, and I would call it better than bachelor clean. And the problem is when people are around the dirt or the mess all the time and it's slowly creeped in, they become oblivious to its presence. And so a person walking into it or the new tenant will of course see that and be disappointed with it. So generally people's best effort leaves us about between 4 and 6 hours of cleaning in between tenants. And so I just want to show you a quick two issues. They in addition to giving the cleaning their best effort, they also wanted to make sure the walls were good. So they did some mudding to dents and picture holes, and then they touched it up with paint. And in our contracts and in our resident handbook, and when people move out, we remind them not to do that, because the problem is I can not paint a place and have some wear and tear, and that's fine. A few pinholes and a few dents is expected. But when they do the mudding and they do a poor job of it, or they try and match the paint and it never matches, or you see brush strokes in the middle of where there's roller marks from the paint job, it shows and it looks patchy and dirty, and then I'm forced to do something with it. So I end up painting walls that I probably wouldn't have touched because their good intentions kind of caused a problem. And it's hard to capture on film, but that's what they've done here. You might be able to see that the walls have these light spots in them, and there's quite a few of them. And so now I'm forced to roll the entire wall because you can't blend brush strokes into where there was rolled stuff before. So aside from that, I'd like to show you where just a quick method of cleaning the walls. And so the first thing we do is start with a rag, and we're looking for, the tops of the trim. This has a no trim drywall, recessed drywall thing, but there's a little ledge up on top of here, the bottom of the window. And then of course these raised panels always have some stuff, so we give those a wipe. Then after we've done all the trim and everything we can reach, like that, all the doors, then it's baseboard. Here's a little trick for you. I'm not sure if I can do this with one hand. So I just tie a wet rag onto the bottom of a pole, and now I can use this to clean my baseboards, and I don't have to be hand and knee doing every baseboard in the house. And it also allows me to reach the top of baseboards, trim over top of doors, or this electrical panel, for instance. So that's a quick way of dealing with baseboards and trim. And then the next thing I do is use a magic eraser, and I go to all the doors, and I just put my left shoulder on the wall and keep following it around until I find, some scuffs like these. And these magic erasers are really impressive for what they get rid of. Here's another one. right, so once you've done, now the problem with the magic eraser is when it dries, it leaves a little bit of residue, and it looks like all these paint patches. And so the final step for walls is we fill a bucket like this with soap and water, and then we use a floor mop with a low profile hinge like this, and we go over the entire wall. You see how I started left to right with the wettest part, and then I started working my way up and down, picking up the wet water, and then we rinse it on the side of the pail, rinse it, and then continue on down. And before you know it, baseboards, trims, walls are done very quickly and consistently, and almost looks like you painted the place. So I hope that helps you when you're moving out, or doing, if you're a property manager or owner, doing your tenant turnovers, save you some time on your hands and knees and climbing benches, and really moves things along fast. Alrighty, take care.